In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the coolant temperature sensor on this GMC Yukon with the 5.3 liter V8 engine. This is located right next to your thermostat and housing, so let's get started. Everything we need to access is underneath here, so we'll have to remove a couple lines and a couple hose clamps to get this intake piece out of the way. The two lines are on the back of this, and you have to press on the gray tab. That'll unlock it, pull it away, and set it aside. There's one on the other side as well. Same thing, push on the gray tab, pry this away, twist it, and set it aside. There's a hose clamp on the air filter housing right here. Use an 8mm socket to loosen this up. You don't need to remove it. You just need to loosen it up a little bit. There's another one on the throttle body side. Loosen that one up as well. Grab onto this and twist it. Break it free from the throttle body. Remove it. Twist it off the air filter housing. Sometimes it gets stuck on here. If it was on here for a long time, I need to loosen the clamp a little more. There we go. Remove this and set it aside. Now we can get to our coolant temperature sensor right here. I'm going to push this wiring harness out of the way so I can get a pick behind it and unlock this white connector, or the locking tab for the connector, I should say. So pry this up. You could use a little screwdriver if that's what you have. And personally, I like to completely remove these if I can. Now, if yours doesn't want to come off, that's fine, but a lot of times it makes popping the connector off a lot easier if you just pull this out. Just make sure you don't lose it. And then what you can do is grab on the back side of the connector, squeeze that tab, and pull it off. Now, sometimes you might need the help of some pliers to squeeze a little bit more on the connector. Just be very careful not to break it. There we go. Set this aside. I'm going to tuck it away here so it's not in my way. Then you're going to use a deep 19mm socket to remove the sensor off the engine. There is coolant behind it, so as I unthread it, as soon as it pops off, I'm going to plug the hole with my finger, but this avoids draining the entire cooling system just for this one sensor. These are not typically very tight, so you should be able to easily break this free with a small ratchet. I'm going to be ready to cover the hole, and I'll have my other sensor handy so I can just stick it right back in. Of course, I'm going to clean up my mess once I'm done, but once again, a lot less coolant wasted as opposed to having to drain it all. Now we're going to bottom this out. You don't have to tighten it a whole lot. You actually want to be careful because this is aluminum that you're threading it into, and the sensor already has some thread sealer on it and a little crush washer there that's going to make a good seal. So I'm going to try to pull my socket up just so I can watch it as it bottoms out. Oh, I just felt it bottom out. At most 1/8 of a turn after that. All you need to do is crush that little copper gasket there. That's going to make a nice tight seal for you. If you go too tight, like I said, you could actually damage the threads inside the sensor and the housing. I'm going to wipe all of this off. Spray a little bit of brake parts cleaner while I have this area open, just to rinse off the coolant that may have spilled. Now you can grab the electrical connector and plug it in. The sensor will not be in the same exact orientation anymore. They never line up exactly how they were, so just find the direction that this wants to plug in at. Perfect, that clicked in. Put the locking tab back on for the connector. Press it down all the way, and that's reconnected. Let's get the intake back on. Slide it over the air filter housing first. Make sure it slides over, and then carefully slide it over the throttle body. Make sure that the rubber doesn't fold over. That's seated. There we go. Let's tighten up the clamps. Use that 8mm socket, tighten up these clamps. You don't need to tighten these a lot if you're doing this by hand. Don't go until they stop spinning because that's going to actually strip them out. It'll be way too tight. If you can't move this independently, then that's plenty tight. Do the same to the other one. Don't forget to plug these two lines back in. Make sure they actually lock in. It's important. Always, there we go. Always pull on them. You saw it almost wasn't locked in. And don't forget to do the other side as well. Perfect. Top off the cooling system if needed. However, we didn't lose much, so at this point, take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.